And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another installment of the Padded Room Live. We are about to get into Gantz, Japanese horror film. Well, Japanese action.
Yeah.
Sci-fi.
Japanese. I think Japanese really should just be its own segment. First things first, though, we have to do a shot for Violet on her birthday.
Right.
We are drinking De Leon tequila. And this is actually our third shot of the night. Actually,
My second.
me and Buddy had two. This is Monica's third.
Or fifth.
I think she got an early start on us, to be honest with you.
I was road raging on the way over here.
You road rage everywhere. You road rage to get your mail out of the mailbox, which is 3 feet away from your house.
That is true. That's
Fucking
what my
bitch.
mom says.
Ah! People are crazy. Anybody with us thus far? No?
Hi, Alan.
Alan's in the house. Alan, we're doing shots.
Hey, Alan.
And we got Inky Binky with us. Hello.
Hey, Breezy. We're doing a shot for Violet's birthday. She's 33 today.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's in Texas somewhere.
Oh, and Shelly's with us.
Shelly's in the house.
Hey, y'all. What's up?
The entire Wicked Wednesday crew.
Yeah.
Good to have you with us. Let's do a shot. Let's do a happy birthday to Violet. Happy birthday, Violet.
Happy
Happy
birthday, Violet.
birthday.
Wherever you may be.
Yay.
And to the rest of the Padded Room inmates,
Do you guys need a minute for us? And you guys get your shots?
hey, whatever you want to do. We can. Well, apparently not.
It's break time. Okay, we'll do our shot.
Woo, that was a good one.
Hi, Steven.
Steve's in the house. I'm just going to make a little room here.
I'll just sit off of it.
Okay. Like I said, you want to top yourself off there? Let's get rid of these before we have ourselves a crash. Okay, here we go. Gantz. Courtesy of Cake Wolf,
Yeah.
by the way. I know he's not watching because he's probably in bed asleep, but thank you very much, Cake Wolf, for your donations. Cake Wolf donated $5 to the Patreon feed. That means he got control of this month. And he chose action horror. Mm-hmm. The movies he gave us, though, were like 90% action, 10% horror at best.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get into that in a second here. Take a little pull off my soda pop.
Hi, Brianna.
Breezy.
Hi, everyone.
Shouldn't she be in bed by now? What is it, 8 o'clock?
No, it's not
Breezy.
50.
Hey, you got to be up early for school in the morning, Breezy. I don't know what you think you're doing. Does your mom know you're watching this crap? Jesus. All right, here we go. You guys ready to get this going?
Oh, yeah.
My mic stand is right behind you, Monica. Maybe we could-
I'm good. I'm sitting forward.
Okay. Beautiful. Here we go. Gantz. I didn't run a trailer. Fuck. I can put one in later.
Yeah, just had it later.
Gotta roll up my sleeves for the Japanese stuff.
Whoa.
Gonna get weird in here. Alrighty. Yes, sir. Monica's good.
It's Yoshi.
The little dinosaur guy?
I was just
That's
being
right,
an
ladies and
ass.
gentlemen. Monica is full of shit, as usual. We are talking about Gantz from 2010. This one came in at 6.5 stars. Is directed by Shimizuki Sato and written by Hiroyuki. I don't know. I'm not even going to try. Oh yeah, sorry. It stars Kazunari Niromiya, Kanata Hongo, and Kienichi Matsuyama. Japanese, obviously.
Say that 10 times fast.
My mic was not on for any of that. So let's try that again. We got to quit doing shots.
I was going to say, should we start over from the shot?
We should probably not do that. It's Gantz from 2010, directed by Shinizuki Sato and written by Hiroi Oku, and is starring Kazunari Nimura, Kanato Hongo, and Kenichi Matsuyama.
Wow, that's
That was
really
better. Yeah, it was better the second time.
Yeah,
I
that
think.
sounds actually pretty good.
I think I did better the second time.
Yeah.
Oh god damn it! It's this one got 6.5 stars on IMDb. It's actually not rated. Probably would come in at like a PG-13, I'd say, maybe for violence. Not really R-rated. You can watch this one on. Well, I probably shouldn't say that, but it is out there. You can find it if you're an enterprising pirate type of a dude. Subtitled though, so you got to watch out for that.
Yeah.
or lady.
Or ladies, if there's any ladies out there that are interested in Gantz, you can find it. If you're a pirate type of a lady, a filthy pirate hooker, then by all means, get yourself some Gantz. What are you doing? Watch Gantz, for Christ's sakes.
Gantz with a G, not A-N-T-Z.
No, Gantz.
Completely different.
I don't know. I don't understand what Gantz is. I don't understand a lot about this movie, but I don't have to.
I think that's that guy's name.
The guy inside the ball, right?
Yeah.
I guess. Where did he? I don't know. It doesn't matter. So the movie picks up in a subway station. Okay, you got a guy, young kid, probably early 20s. He's on his way to a job interview, and he's listening to like self-help CDs and like be confident and be careful and present confidence and all this shit. As he's waiting for the train, a guy falls onto the train tracks. Now, here's a little fun fact for you, inmates. Monica actually did not watch this movie. I don't
You've been outed.
I don't think she wanted me to bring that up, but I'm going to do it anyway.
No, I'm okay with. I watched the animation.
She
and,
watched the
yeah,
cartoon.
I watched the cartoon.
Okay, so we're about 38 seconds into the movie. How do they compare so far? Is that how the cartoon started?
No,
Okay, how did
Nobody
the cartoon
fell in
start?
the subway.
it started with a fighting action sequel already.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, in the movie, you start off with a subway station and a guy going to a job interview.
No, that's not what I saw.
Maybe we should watch a cartoon.
The opening
Right.
was like fighting.
sounds more fun.
A guy and a girl were fighting like these,
Each other?
these like monster type things.
Okay, the aliens.
yeah.
Fair enough. All right. So he's hanging there at the subway platform. A guy just falls onto the tracks. And everybody stands around and they're all like, hey, look at the fucking guy on the tracks. Pretty soon here comes a train. And now everybody's like, somebody should probably help that guy, but nobody's actually doing it. Finally, one poor schmuck is like, hey, why don't I do it since nobody else is going to do that? Now, I actually, little fun side story, I found myself in the exact same situation once during the Santa crawl.
Oh.
We're at, this has nothing to do with anything, but I'm just going to throw it out there. We were doing the Santa crawl, and a guy fell into the fountains at that walkway between Circus and
Yeah.
where you go down the escalators. The guy falls in there. He's laying face down, floating in the water. Everybody's just standing around.
Face down.
Yeah, face down. I'm like, all right, I'll go get him then. Fuck.
Wow,
yeah.
nobody helped?
Nobody moved a
Wow.
muscle. So I had to jump into the fountains and pull this fucking asshole out. Drunk, of course. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So finally, some poor schmuck is like, all right, I'll go get him. So he jumps down onto the tracks and he's like trying to get the guy out of the tracks. But apparently this guy weighs like 500 pounds because he cannot lift him for shit. What do you think? Was that guy trying to commit suicide? Was he drunk?
He was like drunk because he was like passed out.
Yeah, and he's just limp down there.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, come on, man. Let's get you off the tracks.
It's kind of like me on the patio.
That was bad. That was bad. Okay, another side story. No, we're telling the side story, you son of a bitch. No, we go over to Buddy's house one night for a game night. Monica was there, her husband was there. We leave about 11:30. Everything's fine. Buddy's a little hammered, but he's okay.
A little.
My wife and I get home. Like 15 minutes after we walk in the door, I get a phone call from Buddy's wife stating that he is hammered on his own patio and she doesn't know what to do. So I'm like, well, can he breathe? Yes. Has he vomited all over himself? Not yet. Can you get him in the house? No. Can you put him can you just leave him there? Will he be okay? No, probably not.
Are you kidding me?
All right, why don't I come get him then? Jesus fucking Christ. No, this is what happened.
My
Just
husband
left me out
left
there.
me in the bush one night. I can't believe you went to
bush?
go get him.
Yeah, no, of course.
Oh my god.
No, of course. So, no, here's the worst part. The story's not over yet, okay? So, and you were there. You were there. It was, what were we doing? It was like a going away party or something? Or it was probably
it was
just
one
a
of my parties.
random game night, but you were there. And Buddy was fine when we left, or so we thought. We played King's
Oh,
Cup.
I know what night it was.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. King's
Amanda
Cup,
was
that's
there.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I get back to Buddy's house like 10 minutes later, and Buddy, sure as shit, is laying on his front porch.
That's okay.
No,
Yeah.
no. Here's the motherfucker of this. His cousin Matt. His cousin Matt, who is probably 3 times my size,
Yeah.
is just standing there, looming over Buddy like I don't know what do you think we should do?
Nothing.
I tell you what, Matt. You've got about 100 pounds on me. Why don't I pick him up and carry his ass inside, you motherfuck? All right. Side story over. Matt, if you're watching, I love you, but seriously. All right, back to Gantz. Jesus Christ, now I'm all fired up.
Alan says, I was really hammered once and had one of my friends bring me a Big Mac. I also pissed myself.
I have not pissed
Oh,
myself.
I've done that
I
too.
haven't either.
Alan.
Have you been drunk to where you pissed yourself?
Yeah, I thought I was on the toilet hovering over it and peeing, and I
Yeah.
got up and I was still peeing, and I told my friend, I go, oh fuck, I'm still peeing.
Now, there's a lot wrong with that story. The piss your pants part, that's fine. What is your friend doing in the? I don't.
We went to the bathroom
Okay.
together.
All right. Let's get back to. Let's try to stay on topic here, shall we, inmates? Back to Gantz. So nobody's helping this dude. Finally, one guy jumps on the tracks and he's like, "All right, come on, let's get you out of here." Now, the other kid that was listening to the self-help tapes, he recognizes the guy that jumped onto the tracks as one of his friends from like grade school, a guy by the name of Cato. So he's like, "Oh, I know you. You're Cato." And Cato's like, "Yeah, you. How about you help me get this fucking asshole off the tracks?" And Caruto, who is the guy listening to the self-help tracks, is like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I probably shouldn't. I don't know." Finally, Caruto jumps onto the tracks to help Cato. Gets down there. They manage to hoist the dude up off the tracks, but Cato and Caruto are there just as the train's coming in, and boom. Now, this is where we're going to cut to somewhere completely different. Cato and Caruto are magically teleported, albeit still alive, to a high-rise office somewhere in Tokyo. Okay? Is this ringing any bells, Monica? No? Nothing at all?
No.
Do the names Cato and Caruno mean
No.
anything? No?
No.
Okay.
Are these all guys?
There are all guys,
Oh
yes.
no! See, my opening scene was with a female fighter.
Well, we're going to get to a female here very quick.
Wow.
So they are magically teleported at the moment of impact to a high-rise office building somewhere in Tokyo. They look out the window. They're like, "Oh shit, are we dead? Or maybe this is heaven? I don't know." There's a bunch of other people in this office, and they're all standing around very confused. They look out the window, and they can see that they're in like a high-rise office. Like, whoa, what the fuck? And they can see the Tokyo Tower and the Tokyo skyline. It's beautiful. And they turn around and they start looking at these other guys. There's a giant black ball sitting in the office. And like,
Yeah.
I'd say it's more like a sphere. It's probably, about 4 feet tall, buddy?
Yeah, probably.
It's big.
It reminds me of those like things you sit on.
Like an exercise, like a yoga ball
yeah,
type of
but
thing.
bigger.
Bigger, much bigger. And they're like, what the fuck is this? And Kato walks up and he touches it and it doesn't do anything. And everybody's like, oh shit, did we just die? I think I got hit by a car, or maybe, I don't know. And there's like a weird cast of characters here. You got like a nerdy guy, you got like a little old guy, you got a Yakuza guy, clearly a Yakuza guy. Mm-hmm. You got Kato and Karuno, obviously. There's a hot chick. Well, this is where the hot chick comes in, because, and this part is probably one of the coolest parts of this movie, when the black ball brings somebody in, it's almost like a 3D printer.
Reminds me of Tron.
Tron, yeah. Where it like brings you in like
Like a laser. Yeah.
But it's like the midsection, and then like your head, and then like your feet, and then they all kind of stack, and you know what I'm saying? It's very cool. It's cool looking, is what I should say. And as they're trying to figure out what's going on, in comes this hot naked chick, and she's sopping wet, and they're like, "What the fuck?" And Kato, being the nice guy that he is, he like takes his jacket off and tries to cover her up. The Yakuza guy's a bit of a scumbag. He's like, "Hey, how about you leave that jacket somewhere else there, big guy?" And Kato and the Yakuza guy kind of get into a little pissing match there. Now, if you're paying attention right here, you'll notice that one of the dudes that is in this room is very calm and cool and collected about this whole thing. Mm-hmm. And he's got a weird thing going on with his clothes. He's got like a weird kind of... I thought they were headphones at first.
Yeah, I did too.
It's like a weird kind of a... Whoa, what? Hey. Never mind that. That's fine.
Simmer down now.
That happens. Got to fluff this thing up a little bit every now and then. Hey, watch out there. Give a little rub a tug there. We'll be fine. Anyway,
Tom Hardy's on.
Tom Hardy's in the house?
Was this set in Japan?
Yes. Yeah, Tokyo, actually. So, is that where the cartoon was set?
I believe so.
Okay, well, cartoon.
Yeah.
Who fucking knows? Bunch
really
of buildings.
Messed up here.
Bunch of buildings and some trees.
And he wants to know if you're doing accents too. So
I could throw out some accents. I will magically transport you to Japan, Tom Hardy, using my vocal talents. So here comes this hot naked chick. She's sopping wet, and they throw Kato takes his jacket off and throws it on her. They're all like, "What the fuck? I thought I was dead." And we start learning from all these other people that they also got taken by this thing just at the moment of their death. So that's pretty cool. It's wacky. Everybody's confused and scared a little bit, except for our calm, cool, collected guy who's just hanging off to the side. Pretty soon, the black ball in the middle of the room comes to life. It's got like some kind of an LCD screen on it, and it starts like running messages like a chat room, and it says, "Your old lives are over. Your new lives are mine to command. That's the way the cookie crumbles." Mm-hmm. And that's what it tells them, and they're like, "Okay." Pretty soon, like the ball expands, like compartments shoot out of it, and it's got like suitcases with everybody's name on it, and it's got guns, like these weird looking sci-fi guns.
Yeah.
I didn't care for the guns. The guns look silly.
Cheesy.
The gun, I mean, I don't know about these guns, man. They're pretty dumb. But everybody's like, "Oh, what's going on? How do I do? I got a suitcase here with my name on it, and I got this weird pop gun thing. Oh." And then the black ball comes to life again, and it puts out like an 8-bit picture of a guy, like a weird guy with like a weird haircut, and it says, "This is Onion Alien. Let's go finish him off."
Yeah, it smells like onions.
Smells like onions, likes onions, stinky guy, Onion Alien. Let's go get him. Monica smells like onions sometimes
onions
too.
Here.
No onions there.
Lady Speed Stick.
I actually like the smell of onions. They make me hungry. So they're like, "What the hell is this?" And then pretty soon they all start evaporating in that weird kind of layer by layer thing going on, and everybody's freaking out because it's like, "Oh, I'm over here, but where are you going? I don't know. My arm's off, but I can still feel it and move it, and this guy's got a leg off." And then they all materialize somewhere else in Japan/Tokyo. From there, they're like on an empty street. They rematerialize on an empty, dark street, and they're like, "What's going on? I don't know." This is when our calm, cool, collected character shows up again, and he's like, "Hey, okay, you guys have all been hypnotized, and you're on a reality TV show. Mm-hmm. My dad is the producer, and I've been trying to get him to let me on, but he won't do it, so that's what you got to do. You got to find the alien that the black ball showed you, and then kill it. And whoever you get a chance at $100,000." So as they're having this conversation, they look down the street and they see a little kid that closely resembles the black ball alien, the Onion Kid. Mm-hmm. So Yakuza guy, nerdy guy, and random guy 1 and 2 go hauling ass after the little kid there. This kid's a bad motherfucker, man. He's doing like loop-de-loos and flippity flops over the railing, and he's got like parkour training or something like that. Mm-hmm. These guys are chasing him all over. They got these stupid guns and stuff. Eventually, they corner the kid, And the kid is, what, maybe, I mean, he's ugly as shit, I'll tell you that, but he's probably like 8 years old. And he's got like an onion stalk with him, and he's like, "Hey, take my onion. I don't want it. Just leave me alone." And they're like, I don't know." So they pull their weapons, which are these ridiculous They look like the guns from Santa Claus versus the Martians. I know you guys have probably never. You guys seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that one.
They look like that. The weird Frisian place thing. They look like that, but they all pull out their weapons and try to shoot the kid, and the kid just stands there like, I don't know. So, like 5 Mississippis go by, and then the kid explodes into all over the place, like a big puddle of muck. Yeah. Any of this ring any bells in the cartoon? No? Nothing?
This sounds cool, what you're saying, but I didn't watch this.
Okay, Monica got something completely different.
I watched a cartoon.
She got the cartoon. Anyway, so the kid blows up all over the place, and they're all covered in, like, purple blood / slime. And they're all like, "Oh, we got him, yeah." Pretty soon the kid's dad shows up.
Oh, boy.
This guy's like 7 feet tall. He's the Onion Dad. And he is not happy with any of this shit.
He's the one they were supposed to get.
Apparently. So, are you... yeah. So, the dad shows up. He's got like a sack of onions. He grabs the Yakuza guy by the head. Everybody starts pulling their guns and trying to shoot the dad. But the dad is just using the Yakuza guy as a shield and blocking all their shots. And then the Yakuza guy explodes into like... He's a puddle. He turns into a puddle, pretty much. And then we have to fight off the dad. So the dad kills pretty much everybody except for the hot chick, the game show host, Kato, and Kuruno. They're the only ones left. Finally, the game show host, and the little guy. The game show host like disappears during this, but then he reappears and throws like a net thing around the dad.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, where did that come from? How come nobody else had one of those?
I don't know.
And more importantly...
It was the only time they did it.
Yeah, and the game show host apparently figured out how to do this from the office building because he had to like he throws it and then he rematerializes. So I'm guessing we're going to find out more about this mysterious dude here in a minute. So then the game show host shows up and he's like, "Hey, you guys did pretty good." And he gives the gun to Kuruno and he's like, "Hey, go ahead. It's on me. Go ahead and kill him. You'll get the points." And Kuruno's like, "I'm not a killer, man. I don't know." And the dad's just kind of standing there. And then finally the game show host takes the gun and kills the dad. Now we cut back. They get transported back to the office building. And we find out that this whole thing is basically a giant... video game? It's not a video game. It feels like a video game. It's, I don't know. They're hunting aliens is what they are. In Gantz, you're going to find out there's a dude inside the black ball. Yeah. And he's all hooked up to like weird life support systems and he's got tubes coming out of him and an oxygen mask and all that shit.
Eyes closed.
Eyes closed. I think this guy was dead. But apparently what he does is he snatches people up at the moment of their death and transforms them into these killing machines to go hunt aliens, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
sounds like a good gig.
It looked like fun.
Yeah.
But the cool part is that you get a super suit, you get one of these weird guns, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Super suit makes you really strong.
Yeah, and you can jump high too.
Yeah.
So you got that going for you. So they're all very confused. Finally, the game show host comes forward, and he's like, "Okay, here's what's really happening. It's not a fucking game show. I don't know who this dude is or how he keeps transporting us here, but you get yourself a super suit. You get yourself one of these guns. When Gantz here decides he needs you, he's just going to transport you back here, and then you're going to suit up, and then you're going to go kill an alien, and you can take a certain amount of damage as long as you live through the encounter. Gantz will like heal you." And then you'll be ready for the next encounter. But for right now, you guys are free to go. And basically, it's like they never died, right? It's like they just go back to their normal lives as if nothing happened.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Mm-mm. But I'm guessing there's a lot that we lost by not reading the comic books or watching the cartoons.
It's like a spring break. Okay, I'm on break.
All right, then. I got to go kill some aliens. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
So from there, they go back to their regular lives. And we find out that Kuruno is actually a college student. Mm-hmm. And there's a chick that sits 2 seats down from him that's madly in love with him. and is drawing pictures of him without his permission and has made him into a weird comic book hero. Kato is, he appears to be in some kind of a facility, I guess, right?
Yeah.
He's taking care of his older brother, or his younger brother. And we're going to get into that in a second. It's a whole backstory thing with him and the brother. What else? What's her name? Kushimoto, the hot chick. She actually committed suicide. And Gantz snatched her up just as she was bleeding out in the bathtub because she slashed her own wrists.
And she showed up naked.
And you do not actually get to see any boobies. I looked. They are not in there. A little bit of side boob, but it's as she's like being teleported in. So it's actually not that hot because it's like just a torso with side boob. And I don't know that
They didn't show her ass.
I probably could beat off to this if I really like focused and like zeroed in on it.
Yeah, paused it.
It would take some serious effort. And really, why go to that trouble when X videos is right there? So anyway, I'm whatever. She's hot though. The actress that played her, I thought she was very attractive. So now our survivors are the little old guy, the game show host, Karuto, and Kato. So Karuno is the guy that we're going to stick with. He's trying to figure out what the fuck just happened. Was it a dream? What should we do? So he actually tracks down Kato, who he knew from grade school. He gets to his weird apartment / facility, and he's like, this is the last address I found. And who else shows up? None other than Kishimoto, the hot chick.
Yamamoto.
Yamamoto?
I'm just
I don't know. She gets down there, and they're like, what are you doing? I'm looking for Kato. Yeah, so am I. He put his jacket on me when I was naked in front of everybody. And we find out that Yoshimoto is kind of, a troubled character. And she's more or less already in love with Kato. Mm-hmm. Japanese chicks fall in love like that. You notice that?
Yeah.
Like The Grudge. Holy crap. She went all in on the American Professor.
Yeah.
Right?
Because they're American.
They like Americans?
Yes.
I need to go to Japan.
Yes. Oh my God, you'd have like 50 women
I would tear it up.
in 5 minutes.
That's
you just
not
can't
true.
have many kids.
That's not true. I've been to Japan. I struck out. So don't
My
worry about that.
father-in-law goes there all the time, and he has like tons of women in their 20s.
Really?
Yes, and he's fucking 80 years old. Give me a
Apparently,
break.
I was going to the wrong bars in Japan. I need to rethink that strategy. Anyway, so from there, we get a little backstory. Then they get called back to battle another alien. Now it's just the four of them. We'll find out the little guy, he just runs and hides. That's all he does. Not until the end does he actually fight, but he survives. And we find out that there's actually like a point system involved in this.
Yes.
Like you kill the alien, you get 7 points. If you just kind of fuck off, and then you don't get anything. But like the black ball is very critical.
Yeah,
like,
it mocks you too.
yeah, it's like, Kato, you need to stop staring at Kishimoto. 0 points. Naruto.
You need to stop being stared at.
Yeah.
0 points.
0 points. Naruto, work on your marksmanship. 7 points. Fuck off. God. I'm working for you.
It was funny though.
Whatever. So now they have to go fight a whole nother alien here. I forget what this alien was called, but he was basically a cyborg, like in a weird kid-friendly kind of a toy kind of a thing. This time they get a whole new crew behind the original 5, and it's like a grandma and her grandson. There was like another hot chick who was just scared shitless. She doesn't do anything. There was like a college professor, I think. The priest didn't come till later.
Yeah.
But like they're like, what are we doing? I thought we were dead. And they're like, no, you're not dead. You have to put the suit on and come fight an alien with us. And they're like, what are you talking about? And then they immediately get transported to go fight the alien. Now this time the alien is more or less a cyborg. It can shoot lasers out of its mouth, which is pretty cool. But they get transported to the top of a parking garage to fight this thing. So this thing is running around and it's shooting lasers at people. It immediately kills the grandma and the toddler like that. They don't. They get teleported. They find each other. The alien finds them, and boom. shoots a laser out of its mouth. No more grandma.
Yeah, the whole boombox thing. He got mad.
Yeah, don't like that. So from there, the rest of them come in. They start shooting at it. Apparently, the super suits give you like super endurance, invulnerability. You can jump super high. You're super strong. So I'm gonna glaze over this. It more or less boils down to a fist fight between Karuno and the alien, and they go back and forth for a little bit. Eventually, Karuno like grabs the alien by the neck, sticks the gun in its mouth, pulls the trigger, and because these guns are kind of stupid, you pull the trigger and then you have to wait like 3 Mississippis, and then everything explodes.
Yeah,
that's kind of dumb. So that's what happens, and then they win that fight. Unfortunately, game show host gets killed in this encounter. But the good news is that we learn as he's dying that if you get 100 points, you can resurrect one of your friends, or there's a 100-point menu you can look at on the big black ball.
Yeah, that was how he didn't say what that was.
Yeah,
he just was...
no. He said get 100 points and resurrect me as soon as you can, you fucker. Yeah. And he's like, what? Resurrect you? What are you talking about? But when they get transported back, then he's like, hey, what about this resurrection thing? And then Gantz shows them the 100-point menu. And you got 2 options.
2 options.
You can A, resurrect one of the other guys that already got killed, or B, get like your memory wiped of all this shit and go back to your normal life and never have to do this again.
Good deal there.
I would probably just go back to my... Well, I don't know. I mean, it looks like fun.
It looks like fun.
It actually looks like fun.
But you could die.
You could die, but as long as you could take a pretty good ass whipping, but as soon as he brings you back, you're fine. As long as you're still alive.
Yeah, when that timer counts down.
If you get killed, then you're dead. So you just got to hold out until the timer runs out. Then you're fine after that.
And hopefully you made an impression on somebody to bring you back.
And you need to score some points also. You definitely got to get on the board there. Is any of this ringing any bells, Monica? No? All right.
All right.
Well, she only made it a half hour into the cartoon. So
Because it was a cartoon.
so there's that.
I was like, this isn't a movie.
God damn it, Cake Wolf. What is this shit? All right. So that was encounter number 2. Now we go back to regular life where they're trying to track each other down and stuff like that. We find out that Kato actually is in like a juvenile detention facility and what's going on with him. Kishimoto and Karuno are kind of connected. Karuno's into Kishimoto. Kishimoto wants more to get on Kato than that, which is fine because Karuno has the college girl that's drawing comics about him. But, they're trying to track down Kato. Kato's like, he's trying to take care of his brother, so he's out trying to get money during the day. He's very hard to nail down. From there, we go to our third encounter, our third challenge here. This time, they bring them all back. They got a whole new crew. This time it involves a priest. And the priest is like, not so much with the aliens, my friends. This is probably heaven, and we need to pray, and we need to talk to God. And Kato is there, and Kato's all about helping people. He's like, dude, don't listen to this fucking asshole. You're not dead. You need to put this suit on, grab one of these guns. We're gonna go fight something nasty. And everybody's like, oh no, we should definitely just take care of pray and stuff. And Karuno's like that. About this point, Karuno's born again hard. He's been taking that super suit for test spins out in the real world, and he's like, you know what? I'm a bad bitch in this suit. I will handle the alien. You guys just keep the rest of these clowns safe. I will take care of this chump.
Yeah, he finally grew a pair.
He did. Unfortunately, this particular alien is a nasty son of a gun.
Oh, man.
I think it was like giant scary alien is what they called it, but he is just that. So they get teleported to the new battleground, which is right outside of a museum in Japan, where they have these giant fucking statues of...
Remind me of a temple.
Temple. Could be a temple. I guess they were like ogres or something like that.
Yeah.
So everybody's standing around with their guns, and they're like, what the fuck with the guns? Karuno immediately recognizes the statues as the aliens that they're supposed to kill. So Karuno's like, okay, time for some target practice. Just starts unloading on one of the statues. It blows up. Boom, 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 boom. Very cool. Looks at the next statue. And apparently when you blow one of these things up, they turn into milk or marshmallows or mayonnaise, perhaps. It's like a white, fluffy Kind of a. I guess that wasn't in the cartoon either. No.
What they turn
I'm
into?
like, am I listening to Ghostbusters?
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit.
a little bit,
Yeah,
it sounds that way, a little bit.
not that far from it actually. So that's pretty gnarly. But then the second statue comes to life, and about that time, like half the crew is like, "Oh fuck this! We're at a temple. We're gonna go inside and pray." This includes the priest, the mousy hot chick, not Kishimoto, but the other one, and a couple other random people there that decided to follow the priest. So they all go into the temple to start praying and asking for forgiveness and all that shit. Karuno, Kato, Kishimoto, I think the little guy all of a sudden grew a pair. They're like, no, we're gonna stay out here and fight this giant statue. So big action sequence. Karuno is like running in between his legs and going around and shit like that. Somebody talking shit? Are they ever going to dress up for this show? No, no, they're not, Alan. This is it for them, really. Baggy. What did I tell you? Baggy sweatshirt.
This is not baggy.
It's baggy.
It's a tight shirt.
Baggy sweatshirt. Baggy jeans to go with it.
It is not. It is tight.
This is her standard uniform of the day. Ooh, hey now. Oh! Wow. That just happened.
I'm
Alrighty.
ready to go.
I'm going to save that for later. You can
Easy
check that out.
access, people.
Alrighty.
Tom Hardy. Only for Tom Hardy.
Oh, see what you're missing out on. Yeah. Fuck out of here with that. I'm trying to do a show here. You're distracting me. All right, so what was that? They all run inside. Eventually, Karuno, Kato, and the other two, they managed to blow up the big statue. Mm-hmm. Everybody else inside is like, okay, we're safe now. Turns out there's two aliens in this one, and they are pissed. The second alien is even more pissed off.
Uh-oh.
So
I'm going to have some black cherry soda now.
I'll take some of that. So,
anyways,
that's the kind of thing that happens here around these parts. So, it's gonna loosen this tie a little bit.
Is it getting hot in here?
Yeah, a little bit. So, now there's another alien inside the temple, and this one is inhabiting the statue of the 1,000-armed Buddha. And this guy's a bad motherfucker because he's got 1,000. Well, he didn't have 1,000 arms.
It was more like 10.
He had like 10 arms, but each one of them has like a sword on him.
Mm-hmm.
So, unfortunately, the hot chick goes in there. She comes staggering out. She's riddled with holes. She's like, oh, there's another one inside. They go rushing in, and then they find the dead body of the priest, obviously. And now they have to fight this fucking thing, who actually starts talking to them. Now we get an interesting moral conundrum because the alien that's inhabiting the statue of the 1,000-armed Buddha is telling them that they're the maniacs. The aliens are just there to try to make contact, but they keep hunting them down and killing them. And, it's showing that, like, as a life form, we are not evolved enough and shit like that. So the 1,000-armed Buddha just starts attacking our remaining Gantz hunters.
Yeah, you killed one of mine, so I'm gonna kill
I'm
you
gonna
all.
kill the rest of you fuckers, and you're not gonna like it. And this thing is bad, man. It's
awesome.
It's like some kind of a kitchen thing. It slices, it dices. What do you call those? The Cuisinart. It's like a Cuisinart the way it's doing it.
I almost seemed like it teleported too.
It could be. It's very fast, but it acts like a statue 75% of the time. Mm-hmm. So it just sits there totally still.
Yeah, when you look at it, it's like
it's a fucking statue.
like that GameStop go green light, red light.
Yeah. Except if you get too close to it, then it goes all Blender on you. Mm-hmm. So somehow Kato managed to get himself like a laser sword, and he's thinking he's just going to sword fight this thing. That's a bad idea. He gets Swiss cheesed. Kishimoto shows up, and she's like, well, I got this here rifle. I'm going to blow this thing to shit. That's a bad idea. She gets Swiss cheesed also. Karuno shows up, and he's like, well, I'm going to find a way to outmaneuver this fucking thing. He gets Swiss cheesed also, but he manages to survive and manages to shoot up the statue pretty good. So Karuno wins the day. Everybody else is dead except for the little guy. The little guy that always runs and hides. He manages to survive too. So that's pretty much it. Then we cut back to them in their regular life, and Karuno's like resolving himself to training the next group and getting them ready to fight more aliens. And he's like, I'm gonna be the guy that stops these fucking things once and for all, and I'm gonna get 100 points, and I'm gonna resurrect Kato, and it's gonna be awesome, and all this horse shit. And that's pretty much the end of your movie right there. That's about it, right? Did I forget anything?
Yeah.
What?
The whole ending of the big guy.
What big guy?
So after they finally got that sword person, it popped out with like a little...
Oh, that's right.
And then it turned like giant.
Yeah.
That was like the main guy.
It hands him like a miniature figurine, and then
like a
him
Buddha.
doing one of these numbers, and then that thing grows, like turns it like a big through the roof, and then they have to fight that guy, and then another big action sequence.
Yeah.
Karuno manages to kill that guy, and then he resolves himself to training the next group, and that's what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Now, there's a little post-credit sequence.
Yes.
Did you watch that?
Yep.
Where I'm not sure what the fuck this is all about, but excuse me. There's like a crowd, like in the aftermath, there's like a crowd around the temple wondering what the fuck is going on. And there's one guy with an umbrella, like he might have some idea. The camera stays with him, like he knows what happened. And then Kato pops up in the crowd, and then the guy with the umbrella starts chasing Kato, and then that's the end of your movie, right?
Yeah. I think that's like the part to go
Lead into
sequel.
part 2.
Yeah.
That was Gantz.
There's a part 2?
There's like 9 of these fucking things.
Yeah.
There's comic books, there's cartoons, there's like 3 movies. You
Wow.
missed out.
I know.
There you go.
Gonna have to check it out.
Yeah.
Your version sounds a lot better.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. 90% action, probably like 3% horror, 7% sci-fi would be my guess.
Yeah.
Not a bad show, though, I don't think. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, Monica, what do you think of the cartoon?
What do you think of the cartoon?
She tapped out after 30 minutes of the cartoon.
Because it was a cartoon. I
She
was
said,
like,
"No
I
can
can't
do."
do cartoon.
No
so
can
yours
do.
was a full movie with people?
It was like 2 hours and 10 minutes long.
Oh, yeah. The thing I was watching was only like an hour and 30 minutes.
I like that better.
I'll have to show you what I was watching.
All right.
This movie did seem very long.
It was very long. And what it all boils down to is like these 3 action sequences. Mm-hmm. They kill the onion guy, they kill the cyborg guy, they kill the Buddha guy. In between that, there's like a half-assed love story with Karuno and the college chick and Kushimitsu and Kato. Excuse me. And that's about it, really. That's the whole movie. Apparently, there's like a whole back mythology, and there's like 3 or 4 sequels to this. Huge comic book following.
Ooh.
So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Huh, very interesting.
Sounds cool.
It's not bad if you're looking for Japanese action.
Yeah.
I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Not really a horror movie. I wouldn't say though. More action, less horror. Next to zero horror, really. The Onion Dad was pretty gnarly. He was a pretty tough character. Mm-hmm. The first statue, the big one outside of the temple, that guy was a pretty tough character. Yeah. Really, this boiled down to a video game, I think.
Yeah.
This felt like a video game in a way. That's about it. You guys got anything else on
Like
Gantz?
Silent Hill?
No, way more action.
Oh, okay.
Silent Hill was like finding clues and Pyramid Head is chasing you around. You can't beat him.
Okay.
This is just shooting things with that weird pop gun, which would be fun.
That you have to wait 3 seconds.
Yeah, that's dumb. I don't know who thought of that idea. But you shoot the thing with the pop gun, and then you're like,
Yeah, wait. Did it work?
Is this working? And then boom!
Did the people fighting, were they like dressed up in like SWAT type uniform?
Yeah, like
all
black leather, yeah.
Black
Oh,
leather with
okay.
like glowing
Yeah.
flashlights on them.
Yeah, and
Oh,
if you get the
God.
little thing, like goop comes out of it,
Uh-huh.
and then that means your suit isn't going to work anymore. And
Yeah.
you probably might get killed.
Oh, yeah, I was totally on the wrong page.
Yeah, well.
Thanks, Cake Wolf.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Cake Wolf. Well done, you fucking asshole. I'm kidding. We love Cake Wolf. All right, inmates, that's it for Gantz. It's fine. More action, more sci-fi, not so much on the horror side. Check it out if you feel like it. If not, get yourself a horror movie. You probably like that better.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's take us a little break. We'll come back with some other stuff, huh?
All right. Bye, guys.
All right, any questions for us?
Any questions, comments, concerns, complaints? We'll stay with you here for another minute.
Have you
Or-
seen it?
Did you see Gantz? Did you read the comic books? That's what I'd like to know. Or maybe you watched Monica's cartoon. Do I need to check out the cartoon, Monica? Is it any good? Other than the fact that it was a cartoon, obviously.
Well, like I said, the opening of the cartoon started with fighting right away. So I'm almost wondering if my scene was your ending.
So maybe yours was a sequel to what we watched.
Maybe.
That could be.
Because
No, that could
mine
be.
was Gantz, and then there was something else after the.
Was it like 0 or Perfect 0 or something like that?
I'll look it up.
There's another movie called Gantz Zero. That one's on Netflix right now.
Yeah, it wasn't on Netflix.
I don't know.
Fuck.
I don't know, man.
Interesting.
Very.
Totally off.
Laser swords are the shit. 10, 1,000. Who's keeping count? You can't count the swords on that thing, Alan.
Yeah.
It probably had like 12 arms. 10 to 12 arms, like in a full peacock thing. And then if you get too close to it, and then you're in trouble.
Yeah, be a great chef.
Or what? Sushi?
Yeah.
I like sushi.
Chopping up all the vegetables.
Yeah, man. All right, inmates, thank you for joining us. I think that's about going to do us on the live segment for this week, unless you guys have anything else.
Thanks for joining us.
Nothing? Exactly. That is exactly
Skeleton
right,
on a
Alan.
motorcycle. That's
Flaming skeleton on a motorcycle.
right. In Japan.
In Japanese flaming skeleton
That's
on a
right.
motorcycle.
They can afford Nicolas Cage.
They probably could.
Yeah, they probably.
Bye,
Apparently,
guys.
apparently
Bye.
he's pretty cheap these days.